On July 12, 2008, Luis Ramirez, a 25-year-old undocumented Mexican immigrant, was brutally beaten to death in Shenandoah, Pennsylvania. The attack occurred when Ramirez encountered a group of white teenage boys, including several members of the local high school football team, who began taunting him with racial slurs. The verbal confrontation quickly escalated into physical violence. Ramirez was knocked unconscious and kicked repeatedly in the head. He died 2 days later from his injuries. The murder shocked the small coal mining town and brought national attention to issues of racial tension and anti-immigrant sentiment. It highlighted the vulnerable position of undocumented immigrants and the sometimes violent consequences of xenophobia. The case became more controversial when local authorities were accused of initially downplaying the severity of the crime and its racial motivations. This led to federal involvement in the investigation and prosecution. 2 of the teens were initially acquitted of serious charges in a state trial, sparking outrage. However, federal prosecutors later charged them with hate crimes. They were eventually convicted and sentenced to prison. The incident deeply divided the community, with some defending the local teens and others calling for justice for Ramirez. It sparked broader discussions about immigration, racial integration in small towns, and the need for hate crime legislation. Ramirez's death became a rallying point for immigrant rights activists and prompted calls for greater protection of vulnerable communities.